All right, we'll get started. Thank you, everyone, and good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for coming to today's information session on one of our signature programs here at WeTech Alliance, which is the ScaleUP Accelerator program powered by Libro Credit Union and Invest WindsorEssex. My name is Susie Kustra, and I am the Manager of Programs and Client Experience here at WeTech Alliance. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about Cohort 8 of the ScaleUP Accelerator program. This session is being recorded, so if you're uncomfortable with that, please feel free to turn off your camera. So our agenda for today is I'm just going to give you a quick background on the past cohorts that this program has run through and some of its economic impact that it's had on the participants. We'll go through the objective of the program, a few things about what to expect, the curriculum. I'll give you some examples of the growth coaches that you would have access to as a participant, and the eligibility and the application process. Then we'll end off with the timeline and the schedule, and we'll do questions at the end. So if you have any questions, please either hold them to the end or just put them in the chat and we'll go through all of them one by one at the very end. So the program started back in 2017 with Libro Credit Union as our partner, and it's grown since then. We've had, it's always culminated in a pitch competition. You see here all of the winners from the past several years, lots of media attention, and really they have, done amazing things. And you can see here a little bit about the economic impact that it's had. 34 companies have graduated through the program, and even those that didn't win were still very successful in bringing new products to market, with over 148 new products brought to market. That's $26 million in revenue generated and 188 jobs created. So that is over the last 7 years. And really, this program that has run for the past 7 years, while it's been very successful, just like everything else, we thought it was time to really see if it was still meeting the needs of the founders that we're looking to target, really. So we did is we talked to past participants of the program, we talked to potential participants of the program, we talked to regional innovation centers and what they're doing in their accelerator program. And so we came up with a couple of things that we wanted to change. So if you are a participant in this year's program, know that this is an enhanced program that you'll be getting things that other cohorts haven't received. Some of those things being a longer time frame, 6 months as opposed to 4 months in the past. Much more mentorship hours that, again, the other cohorts didn't receive, and more flexibility in the curriculum. One thing that we heard over and over again is just really wanting not only curated workshops, but to really be able to pick and choose what workshops they attended. And then really like focus on sales and marketing as opposed to some of the financials, which might be better done on a one-on-one basis as opposed to a workshop. So the objective of the program really is to help tech and innovation companies accelerate their growth. And we do that through these 5 components right here. The first one being the mentorship and guidance. As a participant of the program, you would have access to a robust roster of growth coaches. I'll go through some of them at the very end, but you can also see them on our website. And again, I'll show you that. The second component is the access to networks. Not only do you have access to the networks that WeTech Alliance has, but also our other partner regional innovation centers, our partners such as Libro and Invest WindsorEssex. Again, you'd have access to potential customers, strategic partners, investors, advisors, and so on. The third component is really, again, the education and the training, and having access to those curated workshops that we put thought and, again, really looked at what past cohorts really said that they really needed and what they got out of their own cohorts. The fourth component is the exposure and visibility. I can tell you in past cohorts, we've done everything from podcasts with each of the participants, but really there's lots of other networking and other events that you'd have exposure to media, to, again, other people in the community, and just, again, really getting that exposure up to make yourself more attractive to investment, to customers, and strategic partnerships. And the last component is the prize money that you would have an opportunity to pitch for at the very end. Again, the program ends with a pitch competition with a potential prize. Now, not all participants will get that prize. There will only be one winner. But again, it is about the journey of all the mentorship and so on. And we repeatedly get the feedback that oftentimes the mentorship is just as important or even more important than the money that they could win. So in terms of program delivery, this is what you can expect as a participant. Up to 30 hours of mentorship with growth coaches with the opportunity to earn an additional 10 hours. So right at week 1, you would be assigned with either 2 or 3 growth coaches. They would act as your growth coach team. And together with them, you would work on your setting milestones and KPI for the 6-month time frame of the program. You would have a certain amount of hours. Again, that's part of the plan. Up to 30 hours with all of the combined with the mentorship team. And then you have an opportunity to earn some more hours, and I'll go through that in one moment. Your second is your connection to a Libro coach. This year, this is new this year, each company will be connected to a Libro coach, again, for some additional mentoring. The third thing is, again, the workshops and training sessions. Again, as I said, we've heard back from our past participants that while they found the workshops and training sessions very helpful, it didn't always fit in with their time schedule or where they were at with their business. So most of the workshops will be optional for you to attend as a participant. Some are mandatory, and I'm going to go through that for a moment. But for those that are optional, there will be a point system rewarded to those scale-up companies that do attend. So, for example, if you attend one workshop, you get 1 point. That equals 1 hour with a growth coach. Anyone from your company can attend these non-mandatory sessions. So, for example, if you have a person that does your marketing or digital marketing, and you want them to attend the Marketing 101 course or the media training, that would count as a point for you. You don't personally have to attend as the founder. And then the fourth component is the mastermind meeting. So this would be a mandatory meeting that is monthly. It'll be the last Tuesday of every month. And at that meeting, it'll be a virtual meeting. All of the participants are, again, mandated to attend, and I will be facilitating them. And basically, this is just a 1 hour meeting just to talk about, the goals that you've set, any milestones that you've reached, how things are going. You'll get to network with the other participants. This is really your opportunity without the growth coaches, just to talk to me, let me know how things are going. Do you need to pivot? Any of those things that come up, we'll talk about during these mastermind meetings. And then the final thing that you can expect from the accelerator program is the final showcase. So this is a mandatory in-person event that will be held here at the Epicenter, and it will include an opportunity for the scale-up companies to showcase your products or services in kind of a trade show style expo, open to the public, community members, judges, and media. This also include a pitch competition in front of the judges and the public for your chance to win one of the following. The first one being the judge's choice winner with the grand prize of $20,000, excuse me. And the second prize will be a People's Choice winner, which the prize is still to be determined, which I'll announce later in the program. So this is a week by week account of the curriculum, essentially. So you'll see like the yellow highlights are mandatory sessions. So the very first one, orientation session, and that will also include a matchmaking mixer, what we call, with the growth coaches. This is where you'll get to meet the growth coaches. I'll go through, exactly what's to be expected in the program. And you'll have a say in which growth coaches you would like to work with. And then you'll be paired up with the growth coaches in by the end of that week, which would be July 12th, excuse me. And you can see sort of the green highlights are the sessions where it's individual work. The pink highlights are the optional sessions, and sorry, I went through all of them already. So you can see already the branding and media training with Camille Kennedy, one of our growth coaches, is happening on Wednesday, July 24th. So for example, this is an optional session, but if you attend the session, you would get 1 point and you'd get, again, another hour. So you have your 30 hours with your growth coach team, and you have this opportunity to gain up to 10 hours more. So in your month 3 and 4, again, you could see it is mostly just the mastermind sessions that are mandatory. With all the other sessions, there are 11 opportunities essentially to gain 10 points. And then months 5 and 6. So here you can see there's a few more mandatory sessions. And really these are the pitch prep. Again, this is essential to get you ready for the final showcase, which again is happening on January 15th of 2025. So now I'll just go through some of our growth coaches that you could expect to work with. Camille Kennedy, you saw her name on many of the sessions. She also works one-on-one with clients, but she does do quite a few of our workshops. And she's really a marketing expert. If you've had the opportunity already to work with Camille, you know what I'm talking about. She is by far one of our most popular growth coaches, really brilliant marketer, and that everyone just loves to work with. Ron is one of our new growth coaches, and he's actually has started and as a CEO of a company called Hi Mama, and he raised over $90 million from investors, including Bain Capital. He holds an MBA from Harvard Business School and a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. So, he is one of our new growth coaches that is here to really help clients go through the whole process. And especially he's had a lot of experience, as I said, with fundraising. And the last growth coach that I'll feature, again, there are, I think, 19 coaches right now, and you can get the full roster by going on our website with the link that's right there. But Peter Josic is the founder and managing director of Spoken Artist. So it's a keynote speaker representation and booking agency. We've actually used, as WeTech, we've used Peter quite a bit in the past to book all of our speakers. He works with people like Jay Carls that we've had in last year, and Vivian Kay. And he really works with them one-on-one to help them create their story. What is the story that they're trying to tell? And he'll work, this is his first year as a growth coach, to really work with the ScaleUP Accelerator companies to, again, help them to really refine that pitch. And again, this is our growth coach team is on the website. There's the link, but if you go to the about us or who we are and go down to on the top of our website and go down to growth coach, this is the beginning of the page. It keeps going, obviously. And if you hover over their picture, it'll give you their bio. So the eligibility for the program to be considered as an applicant for the program is that you must be headquartered in Windsor-Essex or Chatham-Kent. You have to have at least a minimal viable product that is either currently in market or you're ready to go to market. And you have to have at least one member of their leadership team that can attend all the mandatory meetings. Your business has to have the potential to scale, and of course, you have to complete the application. And this is the application. The link is at the top there. But this is really step one of the application. You fill it out. The application is not very onerous. If you haven't looked at it before, this is the beginning of it, but it does keep going into some questions that, again, this should take you 20 to 30 minutes to work on. It's not all that onerous. It's mostly questions about, how well do you know your market and so on. What, trying to give us a gauge of where you are in your company. Step two of the process is the interview. And these are some of the questions or similar questions that we'll go through. So basically, tell us about your business and personal development up to this point. Show us your product or service. Who is your customer? How much interaction have you had with them? Tell us about your current sales process. Why do you think that your business is uniquely positioned to scale? Tell us your biggest challenges and your biggest goals. And this is the scorecard that we use. So essentially, again, we go through the applicants that are chosen to go through to step two. And from the interview, we basically score the applicants on early sales is out of 15. The quality of your sales model is out of 5. Customer definition, how well you've defined your customer, is out of 10. Coachability, so how willing you are to just want to be in the program and learn from our mentors, is out of 15. Your unique value proposition or differentiation of your product or service is out of 5. The team that you've built, even if it's only yourself, will be out of 5. And your market expansion strategy will be out of 5. And the fit for the program is out of 15. And then your time commitment is out of 10. So again, you do have to be able to commit to at least putting in the work, which is, even though, as you saw, many of the workshops are optional, but there is just the time to meet with your mentors and continue to work on the KPIs that you've set out in the beginning. So this is for a total score out of 85. So in terms of the timeline and next steps, we're at the information session today, the 13th. You have until June 23rd, so 10 days from now. I believe that's a Sunday at midnight or 11:59 p.m. To put in the application. This is step one. Step two will be the interview process, which will happen from anytime between June 24th to July 3rd. And then the successful applicants will be notified by July 5th. The program start and orientation is July 8th. So yes, it is a very tight timeline. And then your mentor matching happens by the 12th. And the program runs from the 8th to January 15th. Again, it culminates in the final showcase on January 15th. And this is the link for the applications. And I'll end with, this is a picture of Pixame, who is our winner and cohort 7, and a quote from Jordan Gore, who's pictured there, second from the left. And he said, ScaleUp is not just a chance to earn $20,000 capital injection to help ignite growth in your company. It's a reason to sharpen your pitch game to the level it needs to be to achieve that growth. Since winning our cohort, we have leveraged our ScaleUp win in every investor partner pitch to date, all the while using the tools gained from ScaleUp in those same meetings. All right, and questions?
Sorry, could you please post the link for the application in the chat, because it was on the presentation, but we can't click on it?
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
I have Aislinn here, who is our digital marketing specialist helping me out. She's going to do that right now.
Yep, we got it. Thank you.
Great. So does that make sense to everyone? Was there anything that was unclear that you wanted me to go over? Any slides that you wanted me to spend a little bit more time on?
Could you one more time very quickly go over the eligibility for the program, the
Yeah, absolutely.
criteria?
Okay, so really the first point being headquartered in Windsor-Essex and Chatham-Kent, that is mandatory. So you have to essentially, again, just be headquartered here, somewhere within that area. You have to have a minimal viable product that is either currently in market or ready to go to market. There's obviously a little bit more leeway in that in terms of depending where you are in the process. And I think if you have any questions, just please go ahead and fill out your application, because this is something that we could talk through in the interview process. We want to make sure that everyone in the cohort that we have, growth coaches that can help you, but this is one of those things. But in terms of where you're headquartered, it's more of a, hard, fast rule. And then the third point being that again, one member of the leadership team, so either yourselves or your founders, or if you have someone that's going to be, this is more of a project that's going to be heading this project, that could be fine as well. And again, we could talk about it more during the interview process, but someone needs to be able to participate in the program, work with the growth coaches, attend all the mandatory meetings. There's not very many of them. There's just one each month in terms of an hour, and that would be virtual. But you do have to work with your mentors and engage with them. So, and then but the business has to have the potential to scale, and the application process. Again, the application process is the two-step. So you'll have the application that's online that Aislinn just shared in the chat, and as well as the interview process afterwards for those that were selected to continue on to step 2. Did you want me to go through the criteria for the interview? Anybody want me to do that?
No, I just had a quick question, just one more thing about the region requirements. So
Yes.
we're an international startup, and we're based in Mississauga. We only moved to Canada around a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So in that case, would we be not eligible for the program?
That's right. You would not be eligible, unfortunately, for the program. I can tell you we are looking at future program that will not have that, or will have extended eligibility to Southwestern Ontario. But unfortunately for this year, you have to be headquartered within Windsor-Essex or Chatham-Kent.
I see. So there is no leeway. The first one is very...
Again, yes, the first one is, at least for this year, is mandatory.
I see. All right. Thank you.
Any other questions?
There are a few more questions here in chat. For example, how competitive is the program?
In terms of competitiveness, there is, usually we're looking for companies, up to 10 companies to be in this cohort. And we're looking for companies that are going to be a good fit. You just have to be at that right, timeline for you to really be able to use the coaches and all of that to really be able to scale. So it is competitive, but we don't, we usually find that all of those that are kind of a right fit, we find a place for them. If we're not able to help you, if it's not a right fit, then but you're eligible for WeTech services, you can work with, if you're not already working with one of our business advisors like Susanna Martins, you could work with her and, again, apply for ScaleUp in the future. But, we're really looking for companies that are kind of at that cusp of, exponential growth. They're ready to really focus on and accelerate their growth.
Would you say that it's safe to apply and then see how things go, even if you're not 100% sure if you fit?
Absolutely. I would say that that would be an excellent idea to just apply. Again, the application process, unlike some of our other programs, is not onerous at all. It should take you 20 to 30 minutes to complete. You probably have, able to do it in your sleep in terms of who your customer is and so on. And, I highly encourage you to just fill out the application, have it in time. And then, we can talk through it during the interview process and see if this is a good program for you, if it's a good fit. And at the end of the application process, we would let you know, but you may also decide that, might not be the best time for you to go through something like this. But you may decide that, you'd like to work with, someone like Susanna to, continue in your growth at your own pace as well.
So is it fair to say that we'll be looking through all the applications and evaluating them and seeing if there's anything we can offer to them, even if it's not ScaleUp?
Yes, absolutely. So, again, we have other services, we have other programs as well. And we, by, putting in your application, if you're not already a WeTech client, you're not already working with one of our advisors, but you qualify for services, we would definitely refer you over to the right people and that can help you with that. Or again, if there are other programs that could help you, either within WeTech or outside of WeTech. And sorry, if the gentleman from Mississauga is still on the call as well, I encourage you to send me an email. I can send you some information for programs that are within your area that we unfortunately we don't manage ourselves at WeTech, but there are many programs within your area that are offered that we can help refer you to.
Yeah, WeTech will do our best. Hopefully everybody can hear me well back here, but WeTech will always do our best to point you in the right direction, even if WeTech isn't your perfect fit. And the same goes for this application. So you can feel free to fill out the application to get in touch, and we'll do everything we can to get you what you need at whatever stage your business is at right now. Somebody asks what the application will be assessed on. So I guess if everybody meets the eligibility requirements, what might be compelling for one application over another?
So really, it's again, you can look at the a selection of the scorecard, but I'll just bring it up. But really, we're looking at in fact, I'll just put it up for a quick minute because I just want to show everyone. It's about the weight of it as well. So if you look at the scorecard, you can see, early sales is 15 out of the 85, fit for the program, coachability. Those are like the heavier weights, as well as customer identification, time commitment. But you'll notice a lot of like the market expansion strategy, the team, your unique value proposition. Some of those, even the quality of your sales model, are lower weighted at just 5 points. And that's really because, we expect that as you get into the program and you go through the program, a lot of these things are going to change. Your strategy is going to change just by working with the different coaches. You're going to refine things. You're going to refine your strategies. Maybe you go to market, your market expansion, all of those things will be refined and change as you're in the program. But we want to get a sense from you at the beginning is, do you know your market? Do you know, what your customer, have you defined them well? And again, coachability is a huge part of it. It's just how willing are you to really accept help from coaches, to accept that mentorship. Our coaches, again, you can go through the website, are an amazing group of people. They've been there, they've done it. Just like Ron sold his company, or raised all of those funds. He's been through it, step by step. So you have to be willing to take the advice, and you don't always have to follow it. Of course, you have to go by your own standards. But it's really, we find that there's just a factor of, being open to hearing everyone else's kind of point of view and looking and being able to pivot as well. So those are kind of the things that we're looking for. And of course, we are looking for companies that are either tech or innovation based. So by innovation based, I mean that, you're doing something that is innovative. Companies that are, brick and mortar won't necessarily, fit just on their own, but if they're doing something that's innovative, that's different from the rest of the market, again, that would qualify you. So I would, again, put in an application, and it's something that we could talk more about. And again, if you're already a WeTech client, then that you would qualify in terms of the type of business that you're doing. It's just a matter of those other factors. Are you ready for really to put the time in and the work with the growth coaches to really accelerate your growth?
Okay, I think we have one last question. Can you tell us a little bit more about ScaleUp alumni and what about them helped them succeed?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, some of the alumni, Pixame, by the way, that I had pictured, also won the Business Excellence Awards just after they won the pitch competition. And I really feel like they're a good example of a company that, is just like working on that momentum. They were in ScaleUp, and they were really just finishing their MVP and going to market. And it was not, they just hustled, to be quite honest. They made their partnerships in the community. They're trying to change the way that customers, look for work. And which is, anytime you're trying to change something so inherent in people, it's a difficult task. So they really, again, they had to just hustle and go out there and make connections to the community. They used ScaleUp. They used the connections to the growth coaches, to all the networking events. Outside of what I showed you, there are many other WeTech networking events that you would be invited to. And again, those are purely optional. You don't have to attend as part of the program, but they availed themselves to everything. And they really went out there, they made those connections, they got that momentum going. And then, I happen to know that they used, their win with ScaleUp to on the application for the BEA awards. So again, it was like building that momentum, to now they got even more media exposure. So that was kind of, one example. And even the winner just before, so 2 years ago, we had Climate Neutral. Again, they were just finishing their MVP, really use the time during ScaleUp to refine their go-to-market strategy, and then, use the connections made through the program to, build customer base, really. And again, just use the momentum to just keep going and going. And the connections were huge for him in particular. So any other questions?
I think that's all the questions we have for now, unless anybody has something else. Excellent. Yeah, I think that's everything.
Great. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate your time. Please feel free to email me if you have any individual questions. I'm happy to jump on a call with you, answer any individual questions that you might have or anything that you want to take offline. Please feel free to do that. Again, we'll send out this presentation to everyone. And again, I just encourage you to fill out the application, and then we will we could talk more about it during the interview process and see if this is the right program for you. But, really excited to hopefully work with some of you in this next cohort. So thank you.
I'm gonna paste your email account in the chat. Is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Hazel.
Here's Susie's email if anybody wants to get in touch, and there's a link to the ScaleUp webpage. It's wetech-alliance.com/scaleup. That has all the information that you need.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.